What if a single date could hold the key to a profound transformation in your life? Not through superstition or chance, but through the natural alignment of intention, awareness, and divine timing. October 10th is not just another day on the calendar. It carries a symbolic weight, a numeric resonance that has drawn the attention of seekers across centuries. The number 10 represents completion, the closing of one chapter and the opening of another. When it appears 3 times in a single date, day, month, and year, something in the universe seems to pause and listen. If you have been feeling a pull toward change, a quiet restlessness in your spirit, or a sense that something greater is trying to emerge through you, this message is for you. The weeks leading up to this moment have been preparing you. September asked you to release, to let go of what no longer serves. October now asks you to decide, to cross a threshold, to step into the person you were always meant to become. Before we go further, there is a resource that can quietly support this transition. If these words are landing for you, there is a clear way to move forward without getting scattered. Prosperity revealed in 3 dimensions is a simple and profound path designed to help you bring order to the noise, return to your center, and act with clarity. It is not about shortcuts or empty promises. It is about aligning your inner world with purposeful action, so abundance can flow naturally in every area of your life. You can explore it in reading or listening, whatever fits your life right now. Everything is in the pinned comment and in the description. Take the time that feels right. And now, let us come back to the heart of our exploration. The 1010 portal is not a mystical gate that appears once and disappears forever. It is a moment of heightened awareness, a symbolic threshold that invites you to become more intentional with your thoughts, your words, and your energy. Think of it as a reset button embedded in the rhythm of time, a chance to recalibrate, to declare what is finished and to welcome what is ready to begin. But this threshold does not open for hesitation. It opens for those willing to step through with courage, clarity, and trust. Let us begin with the first spiritual key. Completion is the doorway to renewal. You cannot build a new life on the foundation of an old identity. There are patterns you have been carrying, relationships you have been holding on to, habits that have overstayed their welcome. They are not necessarily bad. They are simply complete, finished. Their purpose has been fulfilled. Yet you continue to give them energy, as if letting go would mean losing a part of yourself. But the truth is this: when you hold on to what is complete, you block what is ready to arrive. The 1010 portal asks you to look at your life with honesty and ask what needs to be declared finished, not abandoned in anger or regret, but honored, released, and sealed. When you do this, you free the energy that has been locked in the past, and you make space for something new to be born. The second key is the power of the renewed beginning. 10 contains the number 1, the symbol of origin, of fresh start, of pure potential. But this is not a fragile beginning. It is a beginning that emerges from wisdom, from experience, from everything you have learned in the cycles that came before. You are not starting over. You are starting again, but from a higher place. The 1010 portal offers you the gift of conscious rebirth. It invites you to strip away the identities that no longer fit and to step into the version of yourself that has been waiting quietly beneath the surface. This new self is not someone you need to become. It is someone you already are once the old layers are removed. Think of it as returning to your essence, but with the strength and clarity that only time and trials can provide. If this perspective is opening something in you, consider subscribing so you do not miss the insights that build on this foundation. Your presence here matters. The third key is amplified focus. On the 1010 portal, your attention becomes a powerful force. Every thought you allow to settle in your mind, every word you speak, every emotion you feed, these carry a weight that reverberates far beyond the moment. Attention is not passive. It is creative. It shapes reality. Research in cognitive science suggests that what we focus on consistently begins to structure our perception, our decisions, and ultimately, our experiences. The 1010 energy magnifies this principle. It is as if the soil of your inner world becomes especially fertile on this day. What you plant, whether seeds of fear or seeds of faith, will grow with unusual speed. This is why vigilance is essential. Guard your thoughts. Choose your words with care. Speak life, abundance, gratitude, and possibility. Do not waste your energy on comparison, complaint, or worry. On this day, your focus is your most valuable currency. Spend it wisely. The fourth key is the courage to cross over. The portal is not a passive experience. It does not open for observers. It opens for participants, for those willing to take the first step, even when the path ahead is not fully visible. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward in the presence of fear. The 1010 portal asks you to release your need for certainty and to trust the process. Think of it as walking across a bridge made of light. The bridge does not fully materialize until you commit to the first step. Many people stand at the edge, waiting for proof that it is safe, waiting for guarantees that they will not fail. But the portal does not negotiate with hesitation. It responds to faith. It rewards those who are willing to let go of the familiar ground and step into the unknown with trust. There is a quiet detail almost no one notices, and everything depends on it. The 1010 portal does not just open doorways in your external life. It accelerates the pace of your internal transformation. After you cross this threshold, events begin to move faster. Opportunities appear suddenly. People enter or exit your life with surprising speed. Situations that seem stuck begin to shift. This is not chaos. This is divine recalibration. When you align yourself with the energy of completion and renewal, the universe responds by rearranging your circumstances to match your new frequency. This is the fifth key, the acceleration of divine timing. You may feel disoriented at first. You may wonder why things are changing so quickly. But this is not something to resist. It is something to trust. The faster pace is not meant to destabilize you. It is meant to position you, to move you into alignment with the people, places, and opportunities that are meant for this next chapter of your life. Turn on notifications if you want to stay connected to these deeper explorations. Each insight builds on the last. The sixth key is the collapse of illusion. The 1010 energy does not tolerate falseness. Masks fall, pretenses crumble. Lies, whether told to yourself or by others, lose their power. This can be uncomfortable. It can even be painful, but it is a necessary purification. Truth is the filter through which you must pass to enter the new realm. If you have been hiding from something, avoiding a difficult conversation, maintaining an appearance that no longer reflects who you truly are, the 1010 portal will bring it to the surface. Not to punish you, but to free you. The truth, even when it hurts, is always liberating. It cuts away what is dead so that what is alive can breathe. This is why honesty, radical and uncompromising, is essential during this time. Be honest with yourself about what you truly want, what you truly feel, and what you truly need to release. Only those who can stand naked before themselves and before the divine can fully cross this threshold. The seventh key is the purification of your environment. Everything around you is either feeding your growth or draining your energy. The music you listen to, the conversations you engage in, the content you consume, the people you spend time with, all of these are inputs that shape your inner state. And on the 1010 portal, these inputs carry amplified influence. This is not about judgment, it is about discernment. It is about recognizing that your environment is not neutral. It is either lifting you or lowering you. Take an honest inventory. What needs to be removed? What needs to be limited? What needs to be invited in? Purify your space, your mind, your relationships. Surround yourself only with what aligns with the life you are choosing to create. This is not isolation. It is sacred boundary setting. Your energy field is precious, and the portal demands that it be protected. Leave a like if this brought clarity today. It helps others find this message when they need it most. The eighth key is the power of sacred silence. In a world that never stops talking, silence has become a lost art. But silence is not emptiness, it is fullness. It is the space where the voice of the divine can be heard without interference. The 1010 portal invites you to cultivate stillness as a spiritual practice, not as an escape but as a return. A return to the center, a return to the source. Studies in neuroscience show that regular periods of silence can reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance emotional regulation. But beyond the science, there is something deeper. Silence is the womb of creation. It is where insights are born, where clarity emerges, where the soul remembers what the mind has forgotten. On the day of the portal, commit to 10 minutes of intentional silence. No distractions, no tasks, just breath, just presence, just listening. In that quiet space, you may hear the whisper that changes everything. The 9th key is the sealing of intention. The 1010 portal functions as a spiritual seal. Whatever you declare on this day carries unusual weight. It is as if your words are written not just in the air, but in the fabric of your future. This is why intentionality is critical. Do not let this day pass in distraction. Treat it as sacred time. Write down 10 clear intentions. Speak 10 affirmations of faith. Pray for 10 minutes in deep stillness. Make it a ritual, a ceremony, a conscious act of co-creation with the universe. The more deliberate you are, the more powerful the seal. What you plant on the 1010 portal, you will harvest in the months to come. So plant wisely. Plant with faith. Plant with clarity. Tell me in the comments which of these keys resonated most with you. Your insight guides the next explorations. The 10th and final key is surrender to the source. This is the secret that unlocks everything else. You cannot force your way through the portal. You cannot manipulate the universe into granting your desires. The doorway opens not for those who push, but for those who yield. Surrender is not weakness. It is alignment. It is the recognition that you are not in control, but you are held. You are not abandoned, but guided. Surrender means releasing your grip on outcomes and trusting that the divine knows what you need better than you do. It means letting go of the timeline you created in your mind and embracing the timing that is already unfolding perfectly. When you surrender, the portal swings open effortlessly. When you trust, the crossing happens naturally. This is the ultimate act of faith. Not belief in a doctrine, but trust in the benevolence of life itself. So what does this mean for you right now in this moment? It means that the 1010 portal is not something happening to you. It is something you are invited to participate in. You are not a spectator. You are a creator. You are not waiting for permission. You are being called to decide, to declare, to step forward. The portal does not care about your past. It does not care about your mistakes or your doubts. It cares only about your willingness, your readiness, your courage to say yes to the life that is calling you forward. When October 10th arrives, treat it with reverence. Wake up with intention. Speak only words that build, that bless, that affirm. Write your intentions clearly. Sit in silence and listen for the voice that speaks without sound. Release what is complete. Welcome what is ready, and above all, trust. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Trust that the timing is perfect. Trust that the universe is conspiring in your favor, even when you cannot see the full picture. Share this with someone who needs to hear it right now. Your act of sharing could be the nudge that changes a life. You did not arrive at this message by accident. If you are reading these words, if you have stayed until this moment, it is because something in you recognizes the truth of what is being said. The 1010 portal is real, not as magic, but as a moment of profound symbolic and spiritual significance. It is a threshold, a doorway, an invitation, and the door is open. But it will not remain open forever. It will not wait for your certainty. It will not pause for your fear. It opens now, and it invites you now. The question is not whether the portal exists. The question is whether you are ready to walk through it. What light wants to enter your life now? What are you ready to release so something truer can begin? Where does your attention want to rest tonight? These are not rhetorical questions. They are invitations. Sit with them. Let them work on you. Let them soften the places in you that have been hardened by fear or disappointment. Let them open the places that have been closed for too long. The 1010 portal is a beginning, not an end. It is the first step of a journey that will unfold in ways you cannot yet imagine. But you must take the step. You must cross the threshold. You must decide that this moment, this day, this portal is the turning point. Not because the date has power on its own, but because you are choosing to give it meaning. You are choosing to align yourself with the energy of completion, renewal, and transformation. And that choice, that decision, is what activates everything. So stand at the edge, feel the pull, acknowledge the fear, and then step forward anyway. The bridge will appear beneath your feet. The path will clarify as you walk. The answers will come as you move. But none of it happens if you stay still. None of it unfolds if you remain a spectator. The 1010 portal calls you by name. It knows who you are. It knows what you are capable of. It knows the life that is waiting for you on the other side. All it asks is that you be brave enough to cross. The portal is open. The invitation is extended. The moment is now. What will you choose? There is something extraordinary happening right now, in this very moment, as you absorb these words. You are not accidentally here. The algorithm did not randomly bring you to this message. Your soul guided you here because it recognized something essential, a frequency, a truth, a call that your conscious mind may not yet fully understand, but your spirit has been waiting for. This is not motivation. This is not inspiration manufactured to fill time. This is activation. You are being activated for a level of existence that requires a different version of you to step forward. Let me be clear about what the 1010 portal truly represents. It is not a magical event where the universe suddenly grants wishes without effort or alignment. It is a convergence point. A moment when the invisible architecture of your spiritual journey becomes visible, when the work you have been doing in the hidden places of your heart finally breaks through to the surface. Every prayer you whispered when no one was listening, every tear you shed in the dark, every moment you chose faith over fear, even when fear felt more reasonable, all of it has been building toward this threshold. The portal does not create the transformation. It reveals that the transformation has already been occurring. Consider this truth. You have been shedding old skins for months, perhaps years, without fully realizing it. You have been releasing people, patterns, and beliefs that once defined you. You may have felt lost during this process. You may have questioned whether you were falling apart or coming together. The answer is both. Spiritual evolution requires dissolution before reconstruction. The caterpillar does not simply add wings. It must completely dissolve in the cocoon before it can emerge as something new. You have been in the cocoon. The 1010 portal is the moment the wings begin to unfold. Now here is where many people miss the mark. They treat spiritual thresholds like passive experiences. They wait for something external to shift while remaining internally unchanged. But the portal is not a door that swings open on its own. It is a door that responds to your knock. It is activated by your decision, your declaration, your willingness to step into discomfort for the sake of expansion. The universe is not withholding anything from you. It is waiting for you to claim what is already yours, waiting for you to stop asking permission and start taking ownership of your divine inheritance. If you have made it this far, drop a comment below and simply write the word ready. Let that be your declaration. Let the universe witness your willingness. Your comment is not just interaction. It is a spiritual signature, a mark in time that says, I am here, I am awake, and I am choosing my next level. Let us talk about what happens after you cross the threshold, because this is where most teachings leave you hanging. They tell you about the portal. They describe the energy. They inspire you to take the leap, but they do not prepare you for what comes next. Here is the truth. Crossing the threshold is not the end of the challenge. It is the beginning of a new set of tests. But these tests are different. They are not designed to break you. They are designed to prove to you that you have already become who you needed to be. Think of it as a final exam, not to see if you will pass, but to show you that you already know the answers. After the 1010 portal, you will be tested on your new identity. Old situations may resurface, not because you failed to release them, but because you need to demonstrate to yourself that you are no longer the person who tolerated them. Old temptations may appear not to pull you back, but to show you how far you have come. You will recognize them, but they will no longer have power over you. This is the evidence of transformation. Not that challenges disappear, but that your response to them has fundamentally changed. You will also notice something profound. The people who were once central to your world may begin to feel like strangers. This is not loss. This is frequency adjustment. You have tuned yourself to a different channel, and not everyone can hear the transmission anymore. Do not mourn this, bless it. Honor what those relationships taught you and release them with love. The portal does not just bring new opportunities, it also brings new company. People who vibrate at your new frequency will begin to appear. You will meet them in unexpected places. You will connect with them in ways that feel instant and ancient at the same time. These are your true tribe, your spiritual family, the ones who were always meant to walk this part of the path with you. Here is a practice for the days following the 1010 portal. Each morning, before you check your phone, before you speak to anyone, sit in stillness for 3 minutes. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Breathe slowly and ask yourself this question: who am I becoming today? Not who you were yesterday, not who you think you should be, who you are becoming right now in this breath. Let the answer arise without force. It may come as a word, a color, a feeling, a memory. Whatever comes, receive it. This is your daily recalibration. This is how you stay aligned with the energy of the portal long after the date has passed. Subscribe and turn on the bell if you are serious about this path. This is not entertainment. This is a commitment to your own evolution, and I am here to walk it with you. Finally, let me speak to those of you who feel you have already missed too many portals. Those of you who carry regret about past opportunities you did not take, past versions of yourself you wish you had been brave enough to become. Hear this: the 1010 portal is not your last chance. It's one chance among infinite chances. The universe does not operate on scarcity. It operates on abundance. Every single day is a doorway if you are awake enough to see it. What makes the 1010 portal special is not that it is the only moment of transformation available to you. It is that it carries a symbolic weight that makes it easier to commit. It gives you a marker, a line in the sand, a before and after. But if you miss this one, you have not lost everything. You have simply been given another opportunity to recognize that the power was never in the date. It was always in you. The chosen ones are not chosen because they are perfect. They are chosen because they are willing to see, willing to change, willing to stand in the fire of transformation and say, burn away everything that is not true. You do not need to have it all figured out. You do not need to be fearless. You simply need to take one step and then another and then another. The path does not reveal itself all at once. It reveals itself as you walk. And with each step, you become more of who you were always meant to be. So here is your final invitation. When October 10th arrives, do not treat it like just another day. Mark it, ritualize it, create space for it. Light a candle, write your intentions, speak your prayers, declare your commitments, and then, throughout the day, pay attention. Notice the signs, the synchronicities, the messages hidden in plain sight. The universe will be speaking to you in 1,000 small ways, but you must be present enough to listen. Your breakthrough is not a lightning bolt. It is 1,000 tiny recognitions that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do, becoming exactly who you were born to be. The portal is open. Your name has been called. The only question left is this: will you answer? Will you step forward with courage, with faith, with the deep knowing that you are supported, guided, and held every step of the way? I believe you will. I believe that is why you are here. And I believe that 1 year from now, you will look back at this moment and recognize it as the turning point. The moment everything shifted. The moment you finally chose yourself. The moment you crossed the threshold and never looked back. Welcome home, chosen one. The journey has only just begun, but let me take you deeper because there is a layer to this portal that very few people understand. The 1010 gateway is not just about what you receive. It is about what you release into the world. You see, when you cross this threshold, you do not just transform for yourself. You become a catalyst for transformation in others. Your frequency shift creates ripples. Your awakening sends signals. Your courage gives others permission to be courageous. This is the responsibility of the chosen ones. You are not chosen to hoard light. You are chosen to become a lighthouse, to stand firm in the storm and let your light guide others home. Think about the people in your life right now, the ones who are struggling, the ones who feel lost, the ones who are questioning whether they have the strength to keep going. They are watching you, not in an intrusive way, but in a subconscious way. They are tracking your energy. They can feel when you shift, and when you step through the 1010 portal with intention and faith, you give them evidence that transformation is possible. You become living proof that it is never too late, that it is never too broken, that it is never too far gone. Your victory becomes their hope. This is why your healing matters beyond yourself. This is why your alignment matters beyond your personal gain. You are part of a larger spiritual ecosystem, and when one person rises, they create uplift for everyone around them. The 1010 portal is not a solo journey. It is a collective awakening, happening one brave soul at a time. And you, by choosing to engage with this message, by allowing yourself to be moved and activated, you are contributing to a shift that is far larger than you can see from your current vantage point. Now, let us address the resistance you may be feeling. Because if you are honest with yourself, part of you is resisting this entire message. Part of you is questioning whether this is real, whether it applies to you, whether you are truly one of the chosen. That resistance is not your enemy. It is actually proof that you are on the right track. Resistance only shows up when something significant is about to happen. It is the ego's last defense mechanism before transformation breaks through. The more resistance you feel, the closer you are to breakthrough. So do not fight the resistance. Acknowledge it. Thank it for trying to keep you safe, and then choose to move forward anyway. Here is what the resistance does not want you to know. You do not need to feel ready to be ready. You do not need to feel worthy to be worthy. You do not need to feel chosen to be chosen. The feelings follow the decision. First you decide, then you act, then the feelings catch up. If you wait to feel ready, you will wait forever. The 1010 portal does not open for those who feel prepared. It opens for those who decide to step forward despite feeling unprepared. That is the nature of faith. It is not certainty. It is commitment in the face of uncertainty. So let me ask you directly, what is the one thing you know you need to do, but have been avoiding? What is the conversation you need to have? The boundary you need to set? The dream you need to pursue? The forgiveness you need to offer? The apology you need to make? The risk you need to take? You know what it is. It has been whispering to you for weeks, maybe months, maybe years. The 1010 portal is your green light. It is the universe saying, now is the time. Not someday, not when you feel more prepared, not when circumstances are more favorable. Now, with what you have, from where you are, as you are. And here is the promise. When you take that step, when you finally do the thing you have been avoiding, the universe will meet you halfway. Doors you did not even know existed will open. Resources will appear. People will show up. Solutions will emerge. But none of that happens before you move. It happens because you move. Your action is the signal that tells the universe you are serious, that you are not just dreaming, that you are participating, and the universe rewards participation. It always has. It always will. If this is speaking to your spirit right now, leave a comment and share what you are committing to. Your public declaration is not just for me. It is for you. It is a way of making your commitment real, of taking your internal decision and giving it external form. When you write it down, when you speak it out loud, when you let others witness it, you activate a level of accountability that strengthens your resolve. Do not underestimate the power of a public declaration. It is a spiritual technology that has been used for centuries because it works. Let me share something that may challenge you. The 1010 portal is not just about adding good things to your life. It is about subtracting the things that have been blocking your good. And sometimes what needs to be subtracted is comfortable. It is familiar, it is safe, but it is also suffocating your potential. There are relationships in your life that are not abusive, not toxic, but they are neutral. And neutral is not enough anymore. There are habits in your life that are not destructive, but they are not constructive either. They are keeping you in maintenance mode when you are being called to growth mode. The 1010 portal asks you to evaluate everything, not with judgment, but with discernment. To ask of every person, every habit, every commitment, is this taking me closer to my highest self, or is this keeping me comfortable in my current self?